Anyway, starting Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia. Look, I got I got to take Steve Garcia. Look, 7 fight win streak. You know, you don't want to see a decision with Calvin Cater. You don't. But his most recent, yeah, he did get David Onama. I had David Onama in that. Went and shut him out in the first round. That was a pretty nice one. He got Mikhail Costa. Knocked him out. Round one, too. Yeah. No joke. And he just had a war with Arnold Allen, which I accurately predicted. You know what I mean? But if you do look earlier in his career, he did get knocked out by Mahashate, one of those one named Asians. And, he's evolved from that. Yeah, he had really bad striking back then. You can look at that. It was just, oh my goodness, Steve. But then he went and put out Chase Hooper. So, battle of the bad striking. And our boy Steve came out on top. Diego Lopez, not the wisest. Oh, yeah. He's not on a 7 fight win streak. He had a pretty nice rise. He did. I remember watching him against Sadiq Yusuf on 300. I remember the Sabatini. I remember thinking, God, give this young kid with the comb over a shot against Evliov. He had that, man. I thought, well, he might not have. I didn't watch it back, but Garcia won't give the KO. Yeah, I don't think this is John Silva kind of thing. And other than that, in his recent, he's 0-2 in title fights against Alex Volkanovski. I knew after the John Silva KO, which, like I said, Steve won't be reckless enough to just. I don't think he'll be pushing like that. It was a fight that Diego won, but he won the first round and dropped about all of the second until he knocked out Gene Silva, which is like, he lost until he won. But I think honestly, that was a fight that put on the most uh, evidence of Hispanic gene expression because he was getting hit with shots that, yeah, that put Volk out for sure. Volk agreeing to something 4 months after just getting chinned himself. Yeah, I think John Silva would put him out with that right hand, and Diego just hated it. Yeah, props to him. But still, not the wise. Right after that, yeah, I can take Volk. I knew he was going to get outpaced, and he wouldn't knock him down again. So, thank you, Steve Garcia. Yeah, and I want to remain unbiased and not feel like I'm picking favorites or dogging on someone. I'm trying to be as analytical and unbiased as possible. Kyle Dawkins versus Bo Nickel. I'm choosing Kyle Dawkins because I don't like Bo Nickel. No, but for real, um, I remember they announced this fight, and I had no idea who Kyle Dawkins was. I confused him with the heavyweight, Chris Dawkins, the other, you know, looking fella. But if you would have showed me that Kevin Holland headbutt where he knocked him out, I would have been like, oh, yo, okay, yeah, I know he's one of those back of your mind fighters. I wouldn't have known his name though. Yeah, I didn't know who he was, but I do remember watching that Michelle Pereira KO. I guess I just didn't internalize any of that. Sweet KO. Yeah. Okay, let me not say that. Let me go to Bo Nickel. Or let me not say that yet. Bo Nickel, we kind of got that feeling of the hand picked. UFC wanted him to go somewhere. Jamie Pickett gets to get away with the knee to the groin. It's okay. Um, yeah, what? Then he got that black guy knocked out. And Cody Durden. No, not Cody Durden. Of the likes of him. Brundage. Brundage. And I called RDR. I knew RDR would get him out of there. And I said knockout. I said knockout. Nobody believed me. And I honestly did think something with the hands. And I was like, dude, RDR has really slow hands. What the fuck am I thinking? But if anything, he can finish. He can finish him. He can submit him. I did not think Bo. I didn't think he was all that. Then right after that, they give him Rodolfo Vieira. Who just subbed Rodolfo Vieira? Didn't someone get out of here with that? All right, get your little head kicked. But what I was saving was Kyle Dawkins is a submission over GM3. Knockout over Michelle Perez. GM3, doesn't he have a black belt? Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. Subbed. Okay, beat him at his game. Michelle Pereira, the Mr. Backflip flying knee. KO. 1 round. Yeah, that's better than all of Bo's UFC career. So I'll take Kyle Dawkins and on to the next. All right, if you thought I was shooting, I was completely missing. Um, I'm gonna take Chandler against Rufy. Now let me explain. Let me explain because I think there's some depth to this that you guys are missing out. Okay, Chandler's secretly good. 40 years old, but secretly good. Now watch how I stretch this. Okay, let's go back 10 plus years. Dude, he KO'd Eddie Alvarez in like 10 seconds. But Eddie doesn't get KO'd. You know, it's a weird phenomenon. It's like you can blink him out of there, but the moment he starts to fall, he's like, back up. It's like Chandler knew this and pressed him up against the cage, punched him on the chin. He started falling, punched him against the and so he could continue falling. But there must be like some reset or something because Eddie just popped back up and kept scrapping. 10 years ago, right? First round, Michael came out and pretty much slept Eddie like 3 times against the cage. Go watch it, free on Bellator, free YouTube. PF Tour. No, that's what it's called. Where am I going with this? Hold on. 10 plus years ago, he runs up to Eddie and tries to sleep him cold. Okay. Doesn't happen. Eddie's elite. 5 years ago, he runs up to Dan Hooker, tries to sleep him out cold, gets it done. Goes on a skid. This skid is the equivalent of losing to Patricky. Huh? No, really, but yeah, he has good first round potential. It took okay, yeah, I'll say this. Chandler's 40, Rufy's 29. The elite make Chandler look easy. Now, unfortunately, what that means is you have to say that Paddy Pimblett's underrated, which could be to an extent. You know, it was really satisfying watching Justin knock his breaks off, but elite, yeah, maybe he does stick around in the top. I don't know. I think Benoit gets. He needs a top 15 for sure. Give him top 15. Makes him elite. You know, the elite make Chandler look easy. Oh, he's top 15. Okay. Wait, no, I just killed my own point. Yeah, no, that's the problem. You would have to then allow um, Patty Pimblett to be elite because Dustin can follow you in a switch stance and ping your head off as you try and get away. It's like, is Rufy just a one-shot knockout guy? If you're if you're big and fat, he can't KO you. You know, if you're James Lontop, you're going decision with him. What are these look away uppercuts? How about you put multiple shots on his chin until he goes unconscious? Don't we try to win fights? Decision. Okay, I think Chandler can eat 1 or 2 of those. He's been eating them frequently. And last but not least, for Hoofy, took too long for the Fiziev KO. Okay, so he gets his KO and now you're mad. Isn't Fiziev ass? Okay. No. Rufy's a fair pick. I'm just gonna go Michael Chandler. I think he is a bit more of a live dog than most people expect. I think, if anything, it'll go decision. No, I can see him getting him down too. What happened with Justin and Dustin? I'd have to watch it back, but the Dustin one I can remember a little more clearly. You heard Chandler. He still picks you up and slams you. I mean, he still tries to, and analysis come out and say he should look past making it an entertaining fight. Look towards getting the win. When there's only 3 rounds, he only hurt you in one. He's tired after that first round, and now you can hold him down, do whatever you want. I mean, I think Michael doesn't have to. It's not rocket science. I don't think to come up with a game plan for Rufy. And are they really all elite? That fighting nerd didn't he leave fighting nerds? If anything, Carlos is the last of the elite, and John's got some proving to do if he wants to be in there too. And is Carlos's eliteness not, maybe because of these long limbs and But hey, Roofy's good. I just think Chandler's a bit of a lapdog. Hokit versus Lewis. I'm taking Hokit. I've been following him since the Contender Series. I remember he's been selling me consistently, but it's fine. I remember the first one, it was like over 27 and a half strikes. He gets 27. All right, fine. But damn, I haven't seen a heavyweight get 27 shots off that fast in a while. You know? Um, yeah, Beeson Stan, the Freeman, um, whatever. I think he has a fight before that too. And then boom, goes and lays it out on what's his name? Curtis Blades. Which is like, wow, I call that one too. And people are like, dude, he's unranked. Okay, it's heavyweight, which is exactly my next point. It's been a shallow division since 2023. Why? Derek Lewis is a chud. You'd think I wouldn't need much further explanation than his last fight. No, because if you remember, should be, wouldn't blame you to forget it. Because I did too. Actually, I had to go through his record to remember that Gelton Almeida sat on top of Derek Lewis for 3 rounds, and people were talking about him fighting Tom Aspinall to be the next, give him a next title shot. This division's been shit since 2023. Hulk gets the new blood, hand speed. Yeah, I think he gets it done. O'Malley versus Ariel Halalwani. Oh, Zahabi. Sean, 31. Zahabi, 38. Slow. I had in my notes here fights like Marab. You know, yeah, and there's probably not too much truth to that. He beat Cheeto. Is that the one? No, Aldo kicked him in the face. One of them. Either way, doesn't he throw his hands and shoot takedowns and clinch up against the cage? Some exactly what you expect out of like the Faraz gym. That's what George St. Pierre would do to you. Probably like kick you, kick your head really hard against your guard, and then fucking slam you into the wall and hold you there. Yeah, and if he does, isn't that a problem for Sean? I was thinking, dude, he got it done. Well, Cheeto's a chud, and I think honestly, well, no, there's a lot of takeaways in this video, but if there's anything else to take away in this video, is that you can safely bet against Cheeto Vera for the end of time. His pride and arrogance will get him killed. It already has, and I couldn't believe his game plan for the Sean O'Malley rematch. It's like he didn't acknowledge at all that he got lucky. Fucking idiot. All right. Um, O'Malley's precise. I think a 29-28 or O'Malley KO is overdue, but maybe some mental, you know. Oh my God, we're already here. The co-main, Alex versus Gon. Oh my God. Okay, and we got some stories for the co-main and the main. Oh my God. Alex Pereira, should he go out and sleep Gon faster than John submitted him? Well, I mean, no. If he beats Gon regardless, he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But John, no. And John didn't go 3 divisions. John played with your heart. Let's look at this. 9 title fights. Okay. Well, let's look at. Okay, before I get into John getting usurped by Alex Pereira, let's get into his fight with Cyril Gahn. Spotty record with Gahn. What do you mean? All these wins, green W's. Okay, if you look at the KOs, all of his KOs are the iffy ones. The ones you get highlights where it's like, which one of those shots put JDS down? Sure he curled up after that for whatever the first one was. I don't even remember. Then Gon kind of stood over top of him and just went like that to the back of his head. Oh, iffy. All right, well, you got another KO up here. Let's check that one out. Oh, Derek Lewis. Why is he hunched over and getting hit in the back of the head? Is this like some sick? Whatever. And then they thought he lost, and then he loses. Okay, people think he loses to Volkov, um, in a grappling match. Okay, so you're getting out game planned in grappling, and gotta get fuck out of here. Okay, you can be game planned against. Okay, Alex is not a grappler. Doesn't need to be. If this is reserved to a fight on the feet, Alex gets it done anyway. I was watching the Freedom 250 preview. God's got one shot power. This is heavyweight. He's very elusive. Oh, right. When you get heavier in weight, you get more elusive. Or was Adesanya not the most elusive person Alex ever fought? Who was it? I think it was Izzy, where he literally did like a lead leg calf kick and then a round kick to the head, chasing Izzy as he backed up, doing anything to get to him. I mean, elusive. And one straight, Izzy freaking threw his pinky at Paulo Costa's ear and killed him a few years ago. But okay, and that's middleweight. Okay, yeah, that's not the right comparison. The elusiveness, right? His brain has seen elusive kickboxers and he's slumped them. 15-1 knockdown ratio, ability to learn. So if you are a pure striker, I I'm gonna go with the guy with like a billion glory fights. Um, yeah, no, props to him because honestly, I think this is a little bit of a sinister way to get the third belt. Yeah, we got a. He's one of the weaker of the heavyweights. He has imaginary one shot KO power. Who is he one shotted? It's all. I don't like those KOs. They don't look good. And Tuivasa gets sparked, right? He got back of the head too, but he got uppercut and fucked up, and he's being fat. Probably got tired. But Tuivasa knocked him down first, dude. That's not a good rate to have. That's not a good record. I get knocked down first, then I finish you. Oh, so you mean you're asleep on the canvas and he's shamaing over the top of you? Okay, how Alex will usurp John Jones? If he sleeps gone, he will be the GOAT. If he does it in the short amount of time, John can't even have a hissy fit on Twitter. John hasn't done more. No, he hasn't. Okay. 9 title fights to about 18. Spotty. How long did it take him to get 18? How long did it take Alex to get 9? You've seen Alex like 5 times a year, dude. Okay. Do you honestly think there's a time? Because he's admitted it for some. Do you think there's a time John has gone to a fight and in the months prior hasn't drank? Well, he's your GOAT. And I'm going to say Alex is my GOAT after being a chud in the tire shop and wanting a way out and abstaining from these vices. Yeah, I think he's better. And for all of time, that is more withstanding than Mr. John the Partier. Oh, this one's rich. After January 3rd, 2015, after John Jones stepped out of that cage against another unanimous decision or another decision win, after he stepped out of that cage January 3rd, 2000, that's unbelievable. 2015 against Daniel Cormier, he had one legitimate fight until December 29th, 2018, damn near till 2019. He had one legitimate fight over Oben St. Preux where he had to fight to win his belt back. Okay, out of here, man. Oh no, was that a defense? Whatever. No, he was in white. John was in white. After that, another 3-year hiatus. It's like speaking to me that we let the wrong guy get to this position. You know, what are we doing? Alex is still, despite all the odds, gonna get a third belt and become the GOAT. But if the UFC if the UFC company would have known about Alex Pereira, and the moment he abstained, and they put in all that effort for him to, get your striking skills up, do all this, do all that, he would have been fine in middleweight. He would have been fine in light heavyweight. He would have fought Ngannou, Tom, and Prime Stipe. He wouldn't have. he wouldn't have ducked Rumble in 2017, where Rumble had only been subbed by DC in his last like 8 fights. He'd been subbed by DC twice. Still got to put his fucking hands on DC. He still gave DC what he to this day calls the hardest punch he's ever received, and the punch that threw him across the octagon. No, no, punches don't throw you. They knock you down. Well, this punch threw him. His punch, yeah, the punch landed and grabbed him and lifted him and threw him. Everyone else gets KO'd. If you're not DC, eating a KO shot, which I guess I just have to have a chin to take it. If you're not DC, who will take that shot and then submit him, you're getting KO'd. Alex would have fought him in a heartbeat because this is the Shama money. This is what gets you out. He would have taken the loss and came like, what? I've KO'd like 35 people. Do you remember how humble he was after that Izzy loss? I remember I was like doing my driving job. I'm driving, listening to the interview getting translated. He's like, well, yeah, guys, it's our turn to be sad. You know, I've done this to so many people. Their families in the back grieving. I get to celebrate knowing I won. I put hands on them, but I won. And now it's my turn to take the loss. Okay, so I'll take it. Dude, John is crying to this day about Matt Hamill. John's still rubbing it in DC's face like he didn't cheat, like he didn't cheat against him. We talk about GOAT status. TJ's up there with you guys, right? Because you can pop PEDs and be the GOAT. Yeah, okay. That was Alex usurping John. Seriously, he will literally be a better GOAT case. He's done it in less time. 9 title fights since the 2020s. There's only been 6 of those damn years. He's adding to it, saving events. Shama. Win, lose, or draw, Shama. Killed you, Shama. That's it. Okay. Oh, God. This next. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. This one is less of an analytical, you know? It's typical Ilia. The confidence, bravado. He's going to be heavy on the lead leg. And these high-level, world-renowned coaches are going to tell him, kick the leg. Kick the leg out, Justin. I hope not. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you can do against this fucking superhero. But let's get into the prediction before we get into the heated, not so heated. It seemed one-sided. The heat. Justin was really just making. Man, it wasn't looking good. Before we get into that Pat McAfee interview, which I don't know why the Zoom interview is being held by a fucking, what is that, a football talk show? Why is he standing? I don't know who this is. Either way, watch probably one of the greatest interviews I've ever seen. Oh my God. He literally just, from the very beginning, I wanted to do timestamps, but from the very beginning, Justin is just making a fool of himself. Okay, but let's get into the typical Ilia. He's going to be leg kick immune. Kick his leg, he trades a jab with you, and now you're losing ground. Oh, I kicked him. Yeah, it's supposed to be kicking range, and you're getting punched in your face. And no, let's go into this more. Maybe we'll get a little analytical. The preview show is like glazing Justin hard. Why can't we admit that Ilia? Yeah, we talk about betting favorites. We talk about discussion, dog walk of discussion. Why can't we talk about Ilia is projected to win for a very good reason? He's a serious problem to these contenders, to these unks. Did I put the age? I didn't. Well, either way, you know Ilia's not 40. Justin's getting there. And what is this in his lip? Fuck is that, Justin? Oh my God. Okay, yeah, chaos driven. Dude, Oliveira beat you at the chaos game. Or maybe he didn't, because you want to know the truth? Justin Gaethje came out about that fight and admitted, I used to do this to his benefit, but looking back, you're an idiot. He, what was it, 16 days before the fight, he was out on a scooter without a helmet, fell and concussed himself, woke up twitching on the floor, and, yeah, just still agreed to fight Charles Oliveira. Pretty much got KO loss. He took a KO loss. and went and fought 16 days later. Dude, your brain isn't like a sore calf muscle. So, you idiot. Then he got chinned. Yeah, then you got up close and got chinned. Now you're older. I mean, those KOs didn't go away. You know what I mean? And the whole chaos. Start bobbing and weaving inside against Ilya with only two arms to protect your head. That's just a disaster. You need like eight. Or you need feet to carry you away from him. Let me think. Um, yeah, because it was like the more and more this week progressed, and the more Ilya opened his mouth, it was like my prediction changes. It gets shorter. Ilya was going to KO him even faster. I thought, if anything, Justin would probably be a little more technical than Charles because he has that ability. He does. He has the ability to be a little more wiser with these fucking shots. And now, look, when Whitman points his fucking, take 10% off of those shots and just focus on landing on Tony. But Tony throws well too, so he gets to get away with, oh, my adjustment makes a difference. Tony's an idiot. I don't mean nothing by it. Yeah, so chaos driven, right? Yeah, run across and get. He might get stumped faster than Oliveira, dude. He's talking about the chaos, embrace the chaos. You want him to leg kick him and then try and grab his head and punch him? You know, Volk tried that, right? And it turned out when he tried that, he was already 7 steps losing in Ilya's mastered plan of intricate steps and cut off angles, and you're getting chinned by a hook you don't even see. And that's actually the only way to chin him, like Jai Herbert. What else? No, there's too much. There's too much, and I can't just move on yet. Justin fooled. Oh, the coaching. World-renowned coaches, man. They better not be telling them to go leg kick. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Pat McAfee interview. Yeah, like I was saying, I wanted to do timestamps, but from rip, it's like everything they say is a pausable moment. It's actually insane. I wanted to pull it up or something. I can't. We're just gonna have to play it. There we go. Any day now.
Find another person for our entertainment, hopefully to bring the world together. We will all ask our question for you both. We'll
immediately
direct it to one person first.
There's a slice. There's a columnist that Ilya.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Ilya, Justin, obviously has got a bit personal.
It's immediate.
Okay,
Give a second.
It feels like in every fight lead up, there is a chance that things get very personal and there is hatred. Gaethje, I'll start with you. Is there always going to have to be a personal feeling leading into a fight? Will it always get ugly leading into a fight? Do you guys need that mentally to be able to fight at your best? Or what is your thoughts on the lead up to a fight in the relationship with the other fighter?
Very odd way to just ask, what's up with all the beef y'all got?
No, I think it definitely doesn't need to be personal. I mean, ultimately, we're going to try to hurt each other. And so I guess that is pretty personal. that is the job that we do. I never said anything personal. We're very vulnerable when it comes to a fight. We're very emotional. And so we take everything personal. And so no matter what I said or didn't say,
Ilya's already like, no.
Take it personal. No matter what he said, I'm going to take personal. Because I have a chip on my shoulder. And I'm not going to say anything personal.
Let's hold on. Did he just try and dismiss? Oh, we all get a little. Well, we all get. No, your dad started talking shit. Ilya started talking shit to your dad, and you chimed in, getting personal. Just say it. Let's go. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like, wait, is he trying to like dismiss it?
When it comes to a fight, we're very emotional.
We are.
Everything personal.
We.
What I said or didn't say, we're gonna take it personal. No matter what he said, I'm gonna take personal.
Am I missing something? You said something personal. He's being a man and defending himself. I don't know. This was very weird from Justin Gaethje. It felt like he was trying to kumbaya. You know, like, oh, we all say something sometimes, and If he says something, I'll take it to him. Maybe I say something, we have a chip on. We're trying to hurt each other. On to the next. Like he's trying to give the UFC seasoned answer. Just say fucking I came after him. I don't know, or maybe don't go after him.
I'm not gonna take any personal from you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I like
Don't
it.
worry.
Okay, I like what we're doing here.
It's like the, I find the first difference here is that you are gonna try to hurt me, and I'm actually
Ilya schools him a little bit with "You're gonna try, and I am going to hurt you."
gonna hurt you.
Okay,
That's the difference between me and you. You're gonna try to do something, and I'm gonna do it.
okay, Ilya, let's talk about that a little bit. Expand upon that,
Justin
Mr.
looks
Gaethje. I appreciate you.
disgusted.
Obviously, you're sitting there having to take and not being able to say anything.
Oh my god! And like it literally was like compounding. You know, Justin spoke, had the opening, whatever. They let Ilya just no, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna try, and then I'm gonna hurt you. Okay. Ilya speaks. Justin wants to say something. They cut his mic, and when they cut him, he's
Thing right now for the good of the show. You probably
said you
done it very
fucker.
well.
Some
I
bullshit
appreciate you
like,
doing what
oh
you're doing right
man,
now,
he's
not
seething.
responding. Ilya, let's talk about the most confident you have felt.
Well,
going
not
into a
even
fight. How have you
seething.
been
He's like irritated that he knows he's gonna get
preparing
KO'd.
for the
He knows he's gonna get KO'd. Yes, wait
outside
for it.
conditions? Anything different this year? Or this fight?
I
as
don't
you
think they
know,
talk about
you're gonna hurt
anything
Justin?
in this. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get to it.
In a different circumstances, since it's the event is gonna happen outside in the garden, and it's in the sport, but there are big differences between me and him. As he said, he's gonna try to do things, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna deliver. I'm not gonna
He's
try
not
to do
playing.
anything. I'm gonna do it.
Gaethje, you think he's a little bit more confident than you, Justin? It feels like that's what I'm hearing right now, Justin.
Yeah, the whole show is like Pat McAfee trying to give Justin like, dude, stand your fucking base, man.
And believes everything he says. He sits around and smells his own farts, and he thinks he's God. He's human, just like me. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna.
This was a not attack by Justin because, as far as I know, you both are God-fearing Christian men, and if we stick to the scriptures, you know, off the top of my head, I'm not sure which exact verse, but you know, you should LARP. You know, if you want something, believe you already have it. That's the driving. I want to be champion. Well, I guess I don't care if I get knocked out, or I'll just go out and put out a fight. One thing, God just hands you the championship. What are we doing? And you know, it seems like what has Ilya done? He's sitting here talking about how he wants to do well in his job, and it's just irking Justin and rubbing him the wrong way, man. He's like manifesting, man. It's sad to see because it's like irking him. Pat McAfee makes some jokes, and it's like Ilya's like, ha ha, and Justin's like, Justin's just sitting there, fucking God, man. Let's see.
Sleep just like anybody would whenever I land my shots. He again.
He's human, so that means if I land, he goes to sleep. You're not gonna land.
I can sit around saying like I can predict the future, and I know I'm gonna knock him out in the second round at 2 minutes. And
That's the difference. Yeah, so he thinks Ilya is just like bullshitting. I'm guessing. Yeah, he said Volk run 1 round. He did it in 2. Didn't he say 2 rounds with Max? Did it in 3. And he said 1 round with Charles. Did he say guessing?
10 seconds in the second round, but sit around saying like I can predict the future, and I know I'm gonna knock him out
He did.
the second round at 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the second round. But that's not how this sport works.
He's done it.
I've done this too many times
So, well, he has.
to go in there with any expectations.
What are we talking about? You don't expect to land punches on him, but you'll fight regardless? Man, this isn't. Dude, you'd make a great minion on in the minion lane on Dominion.
His last 3 finishes are absolutely spectacular, and I
Goes to
have
glazing
a
him.
huge challenge ahead of me. I'm 5-1 underdog, and of course, the world's counting me out, and I thrive under pressure. I love pressure.
I didn't.
I love.
Yeah, but if anything, Ilya didn't. And man, This was just a poor display from Jeff.
Oh, that's why I trained my ass
I
off
love
trying to
these
fight. I
situations. That's what I love. I love these situations. I love you knowing that you're gonna knock me out because
I mean, I mean, come on, man. I love you. Know I love you. I love you knowing you're gonna knock me out. Wrap it up there. What predictions he told you?
when it goes to the second round,
So that when it goes to the second round, how does it go to the second round if he knocked you out?
when it goes to the third round, you're like, oh, I talked all this shit. I'm
bro,
like,
there's never gonna be a second or third round. That's not gonna happen.
Pat McAfee seems to be excited about that. How do you feel, Justin?
You know, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna
you're
knock
just
you out
gonna look
the
stupid when we get
first
there. You're
round.
gonna look.
You'll look stupid when we get there. So, hey, you knocked me down 3 times in the first round. We make it to the second, you fucking idiot, Ilya.
When we get there,
Okay,
and it looks like, oh, it's round
Settle him
three.
down,
okay,
Pat.
I like that. Okay,
Round
boys,
four.
I like what we're doing. Now, this is why you guys are the main event.
Ilya is slight chuckle and some shit. Justin is just. How is Ilya rage baiting? Like, is it? Yeah, you know why. You know why. And it was an unfortunate pill to swallow back when I discovered it. But your favorite fighter who's ever beaten some. Oh, how does it go? It's like a fighter that's beaten someone is going to root for them to win because it looks better on their record. It looks better that this guy becomes a goat and I beat him. Um, a guy that a guy that beat them, they're gonna want them to keep doing better. So when they don't do better and have to fight the person that beat the guy that beat them, it's like you're way down the ladder, and just mentally, it's like he's lost. It took me a second to piece that together, but I just remember it like in my mind, it was the image of Volk like betting on that Max was gonna do this, and I think he did go out and fucking knock out Korean Zombie or whatever. But it was just like, wait, you fought this dude 3 times. Am I gonna say that has nothing to do with this prediction? So it's like it's not just beaten. He was out colded by Charles and Max. He out colded Charles and Max. Jesus. Yeah, in the same weight division. So there is no power difference. We don't get to. There's no narrative for the fight other than Ilya is going to stand there as Justin comes. I was gonna say Ilya comes across. He's gonna stand there as Justin comes across and gets himself KO'd.
By the way, this is why you
We
are.
get to fight each other, so none of this matters. None of this matters. If we get to fight each other in a few days,
I don't know. That just seems so childish. Ilya's literally just sitting there like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jesus.
so
Like this, it just I couldn't believe it was like a deterioration video. Let me read some of the comments. Pat got a nut. Can you shut up and let them talk? Pat, please. Bro, they're laughing in Gaethje's face. What did Pat do? Taporia is a villain? Oh my god. Okay, did Pat butcher this interview? What am I
be
missing?
as emotional as he wants. I don't. It really does not bother me one bit.
And wait, what is this projecting? Ilya's getting emotional? I'm not kidding. You gotta watch this. The headshot is Ilya sitting here like this. Or you know how the Ilya's dude, what is he doing? He just sits there like
The
that.
thing that I can tell you is that you're gonna feel something that you never felt. You never.
He tries to scare him with this. Ilya, the humble guy he is, realizes when he can't make him feel anything he hasn't felt. He just owns up. Oh, you're right.
We're facing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I've been knocked out cold.
You're starting to get it, Justin.
Like over 30 times. There's nothing you can show me or make me feel that I haven't felt before.
He's saying you've never felt
Ilya's like, yeah, oh
the
shit.
Gaethje effect. Ilya,
That
that's
is
what
true.
he's
You've
saying.
been knocked down and subbed. You've been just plain subbed, and you've been KO'd. So, decision loss? That's it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You're not going to decision.
He's saying that you've never felt the Gaethje effect either. He's saying when we get
No, he didn't, Pat. And Pat kept doing this. You know, he tried to like make the mentalities of them align. I literally think it gets to a point where Justin just says something completely different than Ilya, and he's like, "I'm glad you both agree on this. I'm glad you both think the same way."
He's saying. I love that you both feel the same exact way. Now I assume
They don't. That was right then. What about what? Wait.
he's saying that you've never felt the Gaethje effect either. He's saying when we get into
All right, yeah, his point from a minute and fucking 30 seconds ago.
That's what he's saying.
I don't even think Justin remembers that.
The same exact way. Now I assume you both know a lot about each other. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, gentlemen, it's an honor to be here.
I don't think Justin knows shit about Ilya.
Talking to you, and I thought we were going to.
I don't think I got this far.
So I was going to say, there it is. It feels like I'm going to get knocked out just being on the screen with you at the same time. But
Ilya, slight grin.
For both of you.
Okay, we got a little
with you, Ilya.
grin out of
When you watch
Justin. Back to
film on
fucking
Justin,
mad.
what do you kind of see from him, and what are kind of some of the?
Oh, I do remember
holes
this.
you
I think
in
he
his game
calls
that
him
you can
out.
Kind of take advantage of.
He's a chaotic fighter. You know what I mean? He needs the chaos in a fight, but
I swear I hadn't heard this before. Well, when I watched it the first time to like prepare for this video. Before that, that is exactly what the preview analysis, whatever, Chris Weidman, George A. Dumbass. Oh my God, Jorge's an idiot. Dude, if Jorge gives you wrestling prospect advice, throw that fucking shit in the trash. You're going to watch his boy Bo Nickel, elite level. He goes with anybody. You're going to watch him get slumped and submitted by fucking Kyle Dawkins. Thank you. They're all saying, Justin Gaethje, make it chaotic. He's good at those leg kicks up close. You're getting close to Ilya Taporia. Do you not see the problem? Thank you.
In that chaos. And as I told you, like at the end of the day, I don't care what he's gonna bring in the fight, what's his strategy or whatever. Like I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do my thing, and you know I'm gonna tell you my strategy. My strategy is to go in and take your head off. This is all I'm gonna do.
Okay, and Mr. Gaethje,
So scary, man. So scary.
okay, that sounds like you're a little scared there. It didn't sound condescending at all there.
I didn't. Why ask him a question he can't answer? Why can't they be friends? It's because he's knocked out everybody that has put up a hard fight and beat the shit out of Justin. Which I get, that would do something to you. Like, this guy beat the shit out of those guys. And I bet in some odd, weird, twisted way, because he's so, like, fucking doesn't feel anything about these fights. I bet when Ilya's putting his fucking paws on Justin Gaethje, and he feels what the men who have felled him before have felt, I think he'll enjoy it. Oddly enough, I think he'll. It's like, wow, that was a really good body shot. That's why I'm out. That guy's good. Honestly.
That sounded very genuine.
Absolutely.
That's what we do. We're both there trying to fucking knock each other down. That's what we do. That's what we fucking do.
Do you watch film though? Do you guys watch film on each other? Do you bring people in that fight similar to your opponent? Is that normal fight weeks? Like how do you kind of go about that?
Ilya already slapped Charles.
You both do the same. Gaethje, I'll start with you.
I mean, I have the best coach in the world. I can rely on him to.
See, now, if I was a masterful editor, I'd just do the cheap shot of fucking Kamaru getting his head kicked off. Or, you know, I don't know. Who else did Trevor Whitman coach?
Watch a lot of film and instill the game plan into our workouts. I learned by action. I don't need to talk about it.
All right, one of our mental faculties. speech and communication. Let's just give it all up.
So my coach says it's still game plan, and we have a method to how I'm gonna be effective in my striking. And I'm ready for him to shoot, try to take me down.
What the fuck are you preparing for?
It's gonna be a stand-up battle, but after I hit him a few
Forget about it. Forget about it. I'm never gonna shoot for a decade.
He admitted it. I mean, so he 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 says you're not gonna do anything I haven't felt before. Just can we go back to that? Like that's a point of pride. You can't knock me out, or you can't do anything I haven't felt before. What have you felt? I've been knocked out cold.
make it talk so that I can make it wrong.
Yeah, you will see. You will see. They're not gonna be takedowns from my side at least. And then you are gonna try to shoot for it.
I might take you down.
Hurt you.
Well, mixed martial arts. I'm not sure if you know.
Yeah, just do it. I'm ready for everything.
Maybe I'm just
Whatever you
tired.
do,
Hey,
just do it.
I don't remember this. I didn't get this
If you
far.
can. But you are not gonna be able to do anything.
Does it get more heated? I just remember.
Make you do whatever you want to do.
Ilya, so
There's a reason why I'm
He just talked. He just talked. He said that Patty. He said I had no chance against Patty.
Oh, okay, I remember this. I remember this. Yeah, let's let it play. Let's let it play and break it down.
Make you do whatever you want to do.
Ilya, so
There's a reason why I'm
He just talked. He just talked. He said that Patty. He said I had no chance against Patty.
I told you that's true. And that's true. I told you talking. I told you.
Now, if you didn't hear over them talking over each other, Justin says, so he does watch tape, or at least he's watching Ilya. He said, Patty's gonna beat me and I beat him. Justin, are we getting a little selective? What about when he's, I'm thinking of the tweet after, I don't know why this came into my head, after Makachev KO'd Volk. And then they literally show the tweet, I think, as someone's walking out, Volk or Islam. And they're like, get well soon, Volk. It's Ilya. Get well, rest well, get well soon, Volk. And then Ilya KO'd them 4 months. I don't know why I was thinking that. But Justin, are we getting a little selective? Didn't he say he was going to knock out Charles? And then he gave like timestamps. Like in the first round. There's a 5-minute, but you could shave off some time and guesstimate around here, and someone with the name Charles Oliveira will be laying unconscious. Right? He said Halloween. He said Halloween 2, didn't he? Took 3. He said Vulcan 1. It took 2. And Chaos, let's go back. I just remember this. Chaos. I'd argue that, Charles was like that seemed like one very big impactful thing was destined to happen, likely in favor of Ilya, but that probably was very chaotic, even though there wasn't a lot of output. But how are you going to argue that the Josh Emmett fight wasn't chaotic? But the Lal fight in moments wasn't chaotic. This nigga knows chaos. He knows chaos. Okay. Anyway, so Justin just decides to have selective hearing and only hears when Ilya makes a prediction on him to prove him wrong, and not when he makes arguably better predictions on his own career, because that would benefit him, right? He'd probably put a little more effort into his prediction and making sure he's right than 2 scrubs who he's going to fight the winner of regardless. He'd probably want Patty. Younger blood tends to liven your career some more. No one's going to go to 10-year-old fights from Justin Gaethje and be like, this would have been a really relevant fight for Ilya now. But say Michael Chandler fucking sparks Roofy. What am I saying? And then gets a few more. It's honestly him and Ilya. Like, that's a... What am I talking about? Okay. No, I just thought that was a little funny.
I wanted to work harder 3 times, and
You're amazing, bro. You're trying to like fucking whole match.
Glaze.
You're right. You're actually I'm the king in this screen.
Pat McAfee just
I'm the motherfucking champion.
Just shut the god.
Seems
Thank
crazy.
you, the king. Thank you, the god.
Mr. King, Ilya, I would like to ask you.
Jesus. They mute him and Justin like he thinks he's a king, thinks he's a god. You fucker. You can see it. Like, God. Did he ever say that? Because actually, that is fucking the worst, like, sin, dude. Sin of pride. It's like, jeez. I don't think he said he was God. You know, don't think he said that. I think he's very confident about his job role and what he can do. Proved it a little bit.
Question: how does body? Are you always in shape, fight shape? Like, okay, Mr. King, thank you. That is how you like to be referred to. Do you? No King's rally coming. Okay, never mind. I'm not getting
Dude, Justin is.
into that. Obviously, let's fucking move. Okay, let's move forward. We're all doing it. We're having fun. This is sports.
Okay, that one comment that was like, Pat needs to lay off his
Mr. King,
Adderall or
are you
whatever.
always in shape?
Accurate.
How does the body feel? Obviously, the lightweight 155.
All right, can we get to some? Maybe I did need some fucking time too.
How about you, Gaethje? How's body feel? Where's the weight cuts?
I don't care.
We appreciate you both doing that, by the way. We appreciate you both doing.
Air, stadium. It's not temperature controlled. You're gonna be fine.
Oh, then Justin's like, I'm a country fuck. I'm a country bumpkin.
Circumstances, so it is what it is.
You're the best. Thank you for joining us. Good luck to both of you. Thank you for doing
What do you say?
here. Because I'm wondering.
This is not my computer. I was set up.
All right, what the fuck are we talking about?
That's why.
Yeah, he was very.
Folks, that's that. Ilya's getting his KO. Alex is better than John. What more do you want, huh? Peace.